All right, welcome to Buck Don't Know Shit. It is another beautiful day in Texas, and it's beautiful because I'm home after 4 weeks. Yep, that's a while to be gone, and I am very glad to be home. I had see trash all over my driveway. That's kids. Sometimes they're a major pain in the ass. And this one isn't even technically a child. She's 21, but she likes to throw raw chicken in the garbage cans, not in a bag. And yeah, it was stinking. And yeah, we've had words. So anyway, that's taken care of. I don't know I have no idea what I'm gonna work on tomorrow. I don't know. Lots of things to do still on the Thunderbird. Can't remember exactly where I left off. You see her sitting out there. She's been out in the driveway, stayed dry. That's good news. Yeah, apparently she stayed dry, so what I did must have helped anyway. I think I got temperature sending, things I gotta do to get it to where Carla can drive it. Temperature sending unit, and change the headlights. So there is the temperature sending unit, and that's what we're going to try to get fixed here. You can see I got Teflon tape on it. That could be my problem, and I knew this screwing it in that could make it to where it doesn't ground to the engine basically, and I'm hoping that is all my problem. If it's not, I have another one, and if that don't work, then it'll really be a head scratcher because all my other gauges are working, so I know my voltage regulator is working. They're all basically the three gauges that I have basically on these cars. Your fuel, your temperature, and your oil pressure all run through the same voltage regulator. So if two of them are working, you know that it is working, right? So gas and oil work, it doesn't. The temperature doesn't, so doesn't have to be, but probably something with the sensor. Either it's not grounded or it's bad, even though it is brand new. And then the last thing that it could be is just the wire running back to the gauge is bad. So that is possible. And while I had it in a video, I don't know if y'all saw it or not, where I repaired the voltage regulator. Did go out and none of my gauges were working. And I mentioned in that before my gauges were working, whatever. I don't know ever that this temperature sending unit worked because I never really, at that point, I hadn't really drove the car, and ran it long enough to where I would think that the temperature sending unit would have, been hot enough to show a signal, basically, I guess what I'm saying. We did test it out of the car. There's a video on that. I'll post a link. And that is basically what I'm about to do right now, is about to heat some water up. I'm gonna pull it out, get some water, 160, 180 degrees, basically boiling, bring it out here pretty quick, and stick that in water, ground it directly to the battery right here, and see if I can get a signal that way. Let me get that knocked loose. There's nothing to that. It's a little nut. That is another thing I'm not 100% on. These normally have like one of those cap type of push-on connectors. The one I had did not fit this one. Probably should have just like squeezed it down and crimped it or something, but I went with a ringlet style connector and a nut and lock washer, and everything should be connecting to that post the same through that nut and whatever, but I don't know. Could be the connector. All right, so here's my contraption. Got water hot. It was very hot when I got out here. Let's see what it's still. 183 degrees, so that's still plenty hot to register. On the sending unit, you see I had it grounded. Got power. Here my blower going and nothing is happening. And you see my fuel gauge is working, so my YouTube's playing through my radio there. But yeah, you see nothing is happening. And yeah, fuel gauge works. Of course, oil pressure is not reading anything right now. That should be reading something. So let's try the other unit in this same way, and then if it doesn't work, then we just have to assume that it's a bad wire, bad connection somewhere. So, okay, the water's still 165 degrees. This is the new sending unit. And just to show you, I just got it grounded. I did use my continuity tester to make sure, you know, that it grounds through everything. Actually, I test it on the wrench itself. Let me try from the body. And of course, so I'm going to touch on the body of the sending unit and this battery post. You'll hear it. Sorry, you can't see it. Yeah, so it is definitely grounded through it. So it should work if the sending unit is, if it's not the wire. So no movement. Got my fuel on. Nothing coming from temperature. Great. So that means I got to trace wires. That is the only thing left to check. Somebody pressed on my brake pedal again. Fucking kids, I swear. So wire, and you see it runs down there and then back up here. This is it where it comes into this wiring harness and it does go back off in that direction. But yeah, this means I'm about to have to do what I really didn't want to do, and that is climb up under that dash again, which means pulling this seat back out because it is too tight for me to get under there with this seat in the way. And looking at this, I need floor mats. Definitely need some floor mats. So something else I need to buy. I was really hoping it was just that Teflon not letting it ground. Oh, that would have been so easy. All right, but we know we can find these problems. It's just wire, right? It's just that it's up under the dash where it's not easy to get to. Hopefully it's just a loose connection or something. But okay, so looking at this wire, this of course where I had spliced it, and what you can see there, it is red with pink stripe. So that's what we're looking for. And it does meander through this harness, and then it splits off with the other sending unit, I guess the oil pressure sending unit wire, and I think, I can't remember what other wire it is in there, but see, it goes with this 4-plug right here, and there it is right there, red with pink. So that comes in here. So basically I'm going to do a continuity check, make sure this wire is good, and if it's not, then we will have to run a new wire to there. So hopefully, I mean, I'm almost like hopefully it is this, because then I don't have to take all this apart, because this is a pain in the butt to take apart and get back together, because I just cannot get to these gauges with all this in the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a lead from here and then get my voltage meter, put it on continuity testing. This will be my lead I use right here, and yeah, that should give me enough length to get back inside the car. So that's all I'm doing. It's real easy. If anybody is wondering. Which now I've got, oh, it's so hard. See, this is why I'm jealous of, not jealous, not really jealous, but, you know, envious, I guess. Envy's a bad word too. I mean, they mean the same thing, just one sounds better than the other, I think. But, yeah, kind of a little envious of the guys that actually have cameramen, because then you don't have to sit here and watch me fumble a camera around all over the place while I try to work. So let's clip this. I'll use the negative one. It doesn't matter, but for a continuity test. And let's see, I think it is that one to the right. So that works. Dang. I was almost hoping that wasn't the problem, or that was the problem. So I know I got continuity from the engine to here. So now it's something from the other end of this plug to the gauge itself. How much do you want to bet that that loose wire right there is my problem? That is right where the gauges are. That is, I don't know if it is the connection that is the green and black coming from the, or black and green, whichever way it is, coming from the voltage regulator, or if it is the red and pink wire coming from the ascending unit. The way it's going, it looks like it's coming from the voltage regulator, but regardless, if it's not plugged in, it's not going to work. So yeah, and you can see there is not any way I can get that plugged up. Well, I have two options. One, pull the entire dash. Two, this comes loose, and maybe I can get enough room to get my hand in there and wiggle some stuff around. Does probably mean I need to go ahead and remove this, which means remove the clock tower. Oh God, you see what I mean? Like, why did they put the freaking clock tower on top of this? It makes no sense. Like, this should be like the first thing you put in my opinion. And instead they make it the last. And yeah, which means I gotta undo all those little handles, unplug all that shit. Oh, man. Ugh. This car's kind of pissing me off. Oh shit. But I do think you can just, there's a couple of bolts here. Let this steering wheel hang down a little bit to give me a little more room, and then it's just, you know, a few screws up there, a few screws down here, and then I think this whole thing comes out. Right, so yep, I undid that. You also have to undo the speedometer cable, get this pulled out enough to get to it, and I still haven't located, which is weird because I could see the loose wire when it was in place, and now I haven't found it, but it's in there somewhere. But you can see that is the empty connector right there. So gotta find that wire again. Like I said, I know it's in here because I saw it earlier when I had this in place. I'll just have to feel around to find it, but I'll find it and hook that up, and then try to shove all this back in place. I got a light bulb. I think that's the, I don't know if that's, I think that's bright light indicator. Make sure that's plugged back in, and yeah, so that's it. It'll be fixed, but we know, I mean, that's a good thing. We know what it is. It's just, man, this is a pain in the butt to get to this. All right, it actually works. It's moving. oil pressure, fuel gauge, and temperature all working. So yeah, that's excellent news, excellent news. So let me turn this off while they're not going back down. I think I still got some auxiliary power. Let's see. There we go. Yep. Yeah, now they're going down. All right, so temperature is fixed. Now I just gotta put all this stuff back together, which is so much fun. And yeah, I can get the seat back in, button all this back up. Well, button this all back up, then put the seat in. And then get to work on I'm gonna go ahead and get these wires situated for my seat on this side where I can put the seat in without it sitting on top of the wires. Going to the amp, so I need to do that. And straighten out the radio. It was a little cattywampus, needs some adjustment on the knobs, the in and out on them. So got a little bit of work to do. Yeah, shouldn't take me long though, hour maybe.